Greetings, potential hair spoilers. Potential. I don't know when this video is going up. Anyway, today I'm making cantaloupe muffins because hey, I'll get into it while I'm talking. Anyway, cantaloupe muffins, and yeah, let's go. Alright, I changed my lighting situation, so hopefully it's a bit better. I don't know if it's better. Anyway, yeah, I got a lot of cantaloupe. That was 2 egg whites, by the way, and I I don't like cantaloupe really very much, so well, by a lot of cantaloupe, I mean I had 1 cantaloupe, so I need to get rid of it, and I don't really want to eat all of it, so random Googling led me to a recipe for cantaloupe muffins. Egg whites. And just separating. I have a problem right now because I may have tried to cut the tip of my finger off yesterday. By tried to, I mean I should not be allowed to use a mandolin slicer. There's part of the tip of this finger that's missing too, but yeah, it was nasty. Saving that for Phil's food. It was nasty. There was a lot of blood. And it's really hard to keep a band-aid over that. I've had a band-aid on it for most of the last day and a half, but now my skin's like all weird and goopy from having a band-aid on. And also, it was like the worst possible timing because I'm trying to like clean out my house and like organize things and do a deep clean of each room because there's gonna be cat sitters here soon. And also I need to move. But we'll talk about that in my next hair dyeing video. But, it's supposed to be 3 eggs, so I'm doing 4 egg whites and 1 egg. And some sugar. It says 2 cups of sugar. I don't think I'm going to do 2 cups because that seems like a lot. I think, right, when I say I'm making cantaloupe muffins, this is actually a recipe for loaf, but I'm going to make it into muffins instead. Okay, that's 1.5 cups of sugar, which should be enough. Also, it's so hard not to use my index finger. Oh my god, you can. It's it's deep too. I don't know if you can see how much of it I actually cut off. No, not really. Sorry if that's triggering. It was not nice. Yeah, anyway, that was 1.5 cups of ground cantaloupe. Not ground, grated cantaloupe, which was like probably like 2/3 of a full cantaloupe. Maybe 3/4. I don't know. Yeah, so it should be enough for 24 muffins. Hopefully not 48. I don't know. We'll see what I end up with. It's supposed to be 2 loaves. Okay, I'm disorganized right now. Eggs, and it calls for 1 cup of vegetable oil, but I'm going to put in 1/2 cup and replace the rest with yogurt because in my quest to get rid of things, I need to get rid of some yogurt. Yogurt. I don't really like yogurt either. Why do I buy yogurt? Because every so often I get it in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have nothing but mango lassis for breakfast. And they never taste as good when I make them. So then I don't really want to eat them. Well, drink them, whatever. So, I don't know, I buy yogurt and like, when was the best before date? July 20th. It is October 14th. Which is okay because it wasn't open, right? No, if it's been opened, I will not use it that far, but if It's in a sealed package. It's fine. I'm the only person who's going to eat these. This is not going to be a potluck thing. Well, I'll probably freeze some and then feed them to my cousin when we go skiing. How much vanilla? I'm just going to pour without actually measuring anything. And 2 teaspoons. 1, 2, more than 2. It's really hard not using your index finger. Oh man. Yeah, like what projects I've done. Scrubbing the walls today. I have strangers coming to my house, man. I've gotta, it's gotta be clean. It's gonna be like deep cleaned. 1 3/4 teaspoons of cinnamon. That's probably like 3 teaspoons. And 1 teaspoon of ginger. That's more than a teaspoon. Okay, those are all the wet ingredients. Cinnamon, salt. Let's just put the salt in now. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Yeah, something like that. I like how the recipe specifically says, oh, P.S. recipe in the description, minus the changes that I made. I can't put a cup of oil into something, even if I know it's going to make a lot. It's too much. It also calls for 3 cups of flour, but, well, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. But I'm not going to follow the recipe in this instance either, because I've got some buckwheat flour that I'm going to use because I need to use it up because I need to move. This is like consuming my life. What the hell is that noise? I think that was from my package of things to donate. So I'm going to use a cup of this, and at some point I'll use the rest. Somebody requested I make scones for them, so I will have to do that. Use it then. Okay, scones and clotted cream. But I still have some clotted cream in the freezer. That'll give me the opportunity to use that up before I move. I hate the thought of moving. Oh my god. Ugh. Stress. But here we are. This is where I am in life. It has to happen. Right. It'll make more sense when I can explain it, but that's not. That would kill the vibe of a baking video. I don't think this is like glutinous flour. I don't really need to worry about over mixing this part. Stir, stir, stir. Why does my fingertip randomly hurt? It's not touching anything. I cannot be trusted with a mandolin slicer, Ben. I cannot be trusted. And I'm also trying to make these muffins a little bit healthier than a lot of sugar, flour, and yeah. Anyway, it looks very wet, possibly because the cantaloupe was very wet. Might be a little bit tricky. Just make sure I need 3 cups. 3 cups. I thought about putting in some rolled oats, but I've got enough of those that I'm not going to be able to get rid of all of them. How much baking soda? 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Something like that. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Measuring like a champ. Yeah, I used like measuring cups for 2 things. That's pretty good. Just had Thanksgiving dinner this past weekend because Canadian Thanksgiving is in mid-October. Yeah, it was good. Went home and my brother decided that, because like We drink wine. Everybody drinks wine in my family, but we don't drink like fancy wine. Like we're drinking Doc's wine. My brother decided to do a taste test to see if we could tell, like, comparing. Like he got 4 wines, and the mom insisted on adding another, to see if we could tell which was the most and least expensive. It ended up being, yeah, 5. We didn't do very well. 3 of us got 2 out of 5, and that was the best we did. 3 out of like 7 of us. Yeah. I had the most expensive one rated last. To be fair, the least expensive one I had rated second last. Yeah, we're not wine connoisseurs. Anyway, I'm going to. I don't have a muffin tray ready because apparently that wasn't in the cards for me today. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be back. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I don't think any of us actually rated the expensive wine as the expensive wine. It was a bit of a crapshoot, but it was entertaining. Although I knew that like expensive wine is wasted on me. Like there's no sense. Like anytime somebody gives me a nice bottle of wine, like you could have spent, like $10 wine. No, probably not. Well, I'll drink it, but like, yeah, like if you spend more than like $15 a bottle on me, you're wasting your money because I'm not going to appreciate it as it should be appreciated. So hopefully this doesn't taste too buckwheaty. I guess I'll find out. I also discovered that you can roast cantaloupe seeds. So I'm going to give that a try. Well, by doing like that, I mean I have them in the oven roasting right now. Because I'm a bit of a sucker for like roasted seeds, pumpkin seeds. Anytime I have like any kind of squash, I roast the seeds because it's a good time. Okay, I'm gonna shut up while I do the other tray, and I will be back with results. They look a really unfortunate color on camera. The light I got is super blue, so they look better in person. I don't know. It just occurred to me that I didn't point out why I have cantaloupe when I don't really like cantaloupe. No, I'm not just some idiot who decided to buy some fruit she didn't like. There's this place that you can order like produce boxes from, that you kind of get like the grocery store rejects that don't look pretty, like have a little bruise or something. It's way less expensive. It's called the Odd Bunch if you're Canadian and live in a big Canadian city. Yeah, everything I've gotten has been really good, but then I end up with cantaloupe and I have to figure out what to do with it. So that is why I have cantaloupe. I wasn't just an idiot buying it when I know I don't like it. These taste quite cantaloupe-y. Okay. A little bit less than this one. Okay, I did not have enough of the muffin cups for all of them. No, this one's very full too. Now I'm going to bake these for however long it says to bake them in the recipe, and hope they turn out. I'll be back. Okay. Finished product underneath my phone flashlight because I put my other light away. They rose well enough, and let's see. Oh, yeah, looks legit. It's still steaming. Taste test. Could have a bit more sugar. That's okay though. Yeah, I took a risk with the yogurt, but it turned out. And while I'm at it, here's the seeds. Just a little salt and oil. So they're also good. Anyway, that's all. Farewell.